What's up, everybody? My name's Wade, and this is Bourbon Hall, and this is Thirsty Thursdays. For this Thirsty Thursdays, we're making one of my favorite drinks, the Old Fashioned. And what brings that on is my wife and I went to a restaurant about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I ordered an Old Fashioned. That's what I drink at home. That's what I want for dinner. The version that I got at that place seemed different than what I make at home, and it was disappointing to say the least. It wasn't worth the money. Then about a week ago, went with my wife again to another place, got the Old Fashioned, same thing. What was odd about it is mine at home is not that, doesn't fill the glass up that much. Know why? So I had to ask them, what's your recipe? Why does it look like this? Why does it taste watered down? And there was a single culprit throughout both of those recipes. Club soda. Now, I can understand why club soda comes in maybe a little bit to play a part. We're going to make a classic Old Fashioned with this club soda, and we're going to use it very sparingly. Both of the versions that I had, it was almost like a float on the top, and it was just terrible. So we're going to make Old Fashions 3 different ways, and hopefully you learn something and learn how to enjoy it. The first one we're going to make, classic. Second one, my version, still fairly classic. Third, classic with a little bit of a twist. Hopefully, they're better than that restaurant. Hopefully, they watch it and change the recipe. Dang, it was disappointing. But first of all, to be official, got to put on my bartender's bib. And so this, I love this thing because not only does it protect me from when I throw stuff around when I'm making drinks for friends, it also makes me look professional. And, you know, that's important for me and my overall confidence. But I also like how it makes me look like a butcher from the 1800s. I'm ready to, help you take care of all that livestock you have. Also, it kind of, maybe reminds me of a guy named Hans in the red light district in Amsterdam. You know the guy. Big, meaty hands. Good guy. Don't want to cross him though. All right, so standard glass, we're going to use standard bitters, all right? And these are just aromatic bitters. We're going to need some premium cherries at some point. We're going to incorporate a little bit of orange here, but the first thing we need, and let me see if I can find it here. Ah, yes, the classic, just plain old sugar cube, right in there. All right, so classic, and then if you want to look fancy, you add a few dashes like that. Usually I shoot it all the way across the bar, but that's okay, it's my bar. I can make a mess. Now we've got this sitting here. We're going to let those bitters get into that sugar cube a little bit. That'll help break it down, as well as we're going to add our juice, our main component of this drink. All right, we have Old Forester 100 and we have Evan Williams bottled and bought, both 100 proof. I like them because they're cheaper bottles. And, we're making a drink that's supposed to be fairly simple. We don't need the highest grade. People that have Blanton's Old Fashions and things like that, I think that's just a waste of bourbon. And these are perfectly fine and make a really good drink. But if you have a friend that is really just wanting something above and beyond, maybe you go and reach for something like this. A Booker's. Now, why use a Booker's? It's higher proof. I would use a Booker's because I have 3 or 4 bottles open and I never get through all of them. So it's a great thing to put in something like this to make it a little bit special. We're not going to do that today though, so I'm going to put that sucker back. All right, so we got our sugar cube here. Taking on a lot of color, and usually how you do it is you muddle it down, but I've got a cocktail spoon, so I'm just going to mash it down like that. All right. Now, this is one reason why I don't like this type of Old Fashioned, is because no matter what you do and how you incorporate it, there's always grit at the bottom. Some people like that. Some people think that it's, the way that you should drink it. I'm not that kind of person. We have simple syrup for a reason. That's why we'll use it. But that's where this comes in. Club soda, just a little bit. Make sure you don't shake your club soda. But we'll use just a little bit of this. to hopefully dissolve some of that sugar. Once again, the sugar is already dissolved in a simple syrup. It's pretty much just a solution to this problem. That's right, I said it. All right, so we've got that. The next thing we need to do is grab our measure. If you're making it for friends, I don't measure it for myself. We're gonna do Old Forester today for this first version. All right, 1.75 ounces of bourbon. Pretty simple. I probably use more than that. So we're gonna stir that. And while we're stirring that, I pre-cut a few thick strips of orange peel. All right? Now, as you're stirring that, and as you're talking, you can express some of the oils on the rim. That just gives a nice aroma. Also, people think that you actually know what you're doing when you do something like that. Okay, we twist it, express some of that again, swirl it down. First one's done. We'll add the cherries at the end, all right? Number 2, this is my favorite recipe. All right, we're gonna put this away because what I like to use is Rittenhouse rye. Once again, 100 proof, but I like rye. It's kind of like, how can I explain it? When someone orders a vodka martini over a gin martini, it's like, I want the martini without the flavor. I like a little bit more complexity and spiciness in my old fashions. That's where the rye comes in. I think this makes, this is a $25, $30 bottle, and it makes amazing old fashioned, and it's cheap. Might as well roll with it. So here we are. You know what? I got one of these open already. Let's do this. So first of all, simple syrup. Somebody melted 2 cups of sugar in 1 cup of water and made simple syrup. Easy peasy. All right, so this is where I start to differ from I don't use the aromatic bitters. I use orange bitters. So I do 3 dashes, 2, 3. And I also do about half a drop or dropper of the spiced cherry bitters. These are Woodford Reserve. I like them. I think it's great. And so I'm going to mix that up there. Next thing, 2 ounces of rye. That's right. I like to go a little bit bolder. I like my drinks a little bit stronger. I definitely don't want them watered down with club soda. That is for dang sure. So next, we're going to grab another orange peel. All right. We're going to express those oils on the side. Give it a twist. That helps just get some of the oils. And if you like citrus, you're going to like this because a citrus, the expression of those oils really give it that hit of citrus flavor. And I personally like that. And so that's how I like them. We're going to leave that there for right now. Lastly, okay, ready for this? This is for people that want a nice cold old fashioned immediately. They don't want to have a big rock in there. They just want it chilled in the glass right off the bat. So first of all, we're going to mix it. Same version. So 1 cocktail spoon of simple syrup. Put it in there. We're going to put the same bitters as the last one. So orange bitters, 3 dashes. Half a dropper of the spiced cherry. And I just like the spiced cherry. There's a lot of different bitters that you can really add some complexity and make it your own. There's tobacco, there's chocolate, there's rhubarb. I suggest experimenting with those. All right, and then my 2 ounces of this deliciousness. And I love this Rittenhouse rye. It's a Heaven Hill product. Catch that sucker. And I think it's just quality, and it's, like I said, $30. It's easy peasy. All right, so next, what are we gonna do? We're gonna add ice to this, shake it really quickly, strain it. Then we add our cherries and a few other things. But first, I gotta go get some ice. So I'll be right back. And then all right, I'm back. We have a nugget ice machine here because my wife, when she was pregnant, she was eating about 1.5 bags to 2 bags of Sonic ice a day. She just loved crunching on it. Yes, she probably had an iron deficiency. Yes, her and the kid are fine. Appreciate, your concern. So we just shake that up quickly because this is going to melt that ice quickly, but it's going to come through very chilled. Now, this version is great for a hot summer day or someone that likes the style that you make, but maybe just a little lighter. This dilutes that water a little bit faster than a big rock glass. And so we're going to use just a little bit of orange here. That orange peel that I had reserved here. We're going to do the same thing, twist, exciting times. Now, here's where something like this comes into play. You can start off with this and let it, kind of incorporate it into your drink, or you can come in at the end. If you don't want to use a fresh peel, these dehydrated orange slices work great. Let them work in there just for a little bit because they'll really bring out that orange flavor. Now, let's grab another spoon and do our cherries. So we have our 3 drinks right here. This one is already chilled. It's ready to go right out of the gate. And I think it's delicious. So we're adding a cherry here now. And I would always encourage you, if you're going to put a cherry in there, use a premium cherry. If you or your friends are using those bright red cherries, it's not worth it. If you go to a restaurant that has one of those in there, they don't care enough about you. Don't buy it. Don't get that drink. Now, so I just put the simple cherry in there because I like it. Not overly sweet, but this is a great chance to take some syrup and add it in there, okay? And that's going to sweeten it up and add a little bit more cherry flavor. So I'm going to do that to this chilled one. See how that darkens that color a little bit? So we have 3 simple old fashions. Pretty sure that everybody that's going to have these are going to enjoy them. Now, this one was bourbon. This is my version, rye, and this is the chilled version. Okay, so taste test. Now, obviously, I would have a rock on this, a big solid brick of ice to chill it slowly, and so it doesn't melt very quick. Oh man, that Old Forester makes a really good old fashioned. I would encourage that. Now, here's the rye. Oh yeah, see, this is really smooth, delicious, sweet. What you want out of an old fashioned. This brings a little bit of spice and heat to the back, and I love that. That is my type of drink. This is one I could sip on for a while. Also, if you look at the measurements here, it doesn't seem like much, which makes me realize that what I make at home, maybe I should measure a little bit more. I'm probably pouring doubles without even realizing it. And then finally, the chilled. This is great, like I said, for a summer day, for a wife that doesn't want something as strong, or for someone that wants to leave it here, and so it doesn't get diluted more by a big ice cube slowly melting. Oh, that's delicious too. And man, that is ready to roll. And so, like I said, these are 3 easy ways to make old fashions. Quick, easy. We don't need to muddy this up. We don't need to make anything seem more than it is with cheap fillers. Club soda. It's so disappointing. So hopefully they watch this. They see their error in their ways, and they can just make a simple, solid old fashioned. But thanks for joining me here. I just appreciate you coming in and let me show you 3 different ways that I like to make my old fashions. This is Bourbon Hall. My name's Wade. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and always let's drink. Now, how am I going to drink all 3 of these? That is the question. It only counts as 1 drink. Yeah. Just be fancy. Thanks for joining me. Cheers. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for watching the video. And you know what? Hopefully you get to enjoy the old fashions just the way I do. With that said, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Try out the recipes. See if they're worthwhile. Give me some feedback. Also, I would love to hear what you would like to see on this channel coming forward, as well as any kinds of twists or things that that I should incorporate next time I make my old fashioned. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.